Now, welcome to the stochastic process. Now, in this class, we shall consider a simple random walk. Now, what is a simple random walk? A random walk in one dimension, two dimensions, and three dimensions. And there is a very important theorem, that is Pollé's theorem. We shall discuss. Now, let us come to in detail. Now, consider a simple random walk in which a particle it is allowed to move independently. That means the particle will make independent jumps, maybe in one step forward or one step backward, or it may remain at the same position. So let Z1, Z2, Z3 be the independent jumps, and we write Zi equal to +1 for a forward jump, and it is with probability P, and probability Zi equal to -1, that is equal to Q if the particle moves backward, and probability Zi equal to 0, that is equal to 1 minus P minus Q if the particle remains at that position in ith time. Suppose that the random walk starts from the origin and that the particle is free to move independently in either direction, either in the forward or in backward direction. Then the position of the particle at time n, that will be equal to the sum of the random variables Zi. So we write xn equal to summation r equal to 1 to n Zr, and its possible values are 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus n. So since it is the distance or the steps cover n steps, so if all the steps it moves in forward direction, so k will be equal to plus n. If n steps it moves in backward direction, k equal to minus n. So the value of k, that is the xn, it lies between minus n to plus n. So in order to reach at a particular point k at time n, the particle has to travel, suppose r1 forward jumps or positive jumps, r2 negative jumps, r3 zero jumps, where r1 plus r2 plus r3 are non-negative integers, because number of jumps r1, r2, r3, they are non-negative, but they will satisfy the equation r1 minus r2 equal to k. r1 the number of forward jumps, positive jumps, r2 the number of negative jumps, and since at nth time the particle is at k, so r1 minus r2 will be k, and r3 number of zero jumps, that will be equal to n minus r1 minus r2. Now see probability xn equal to k, that means the particle will be at position k after n jumps, so that will be equal to summation all these values of r1 and r2, r3, so that will be n factorial, total number of jumps, divided by r1 factorial, r2 factorial, r3 factorial. r1 factorial, it is just like the multinomial distribution. r1 factorial, r1 number of forward jumps, r2 number of backward jumps, r3 number of zero jumps. So total number of jumps is n. So it is n factorial divided by r1 factorial, r2 factorial, r3 factorial, and p to the power r1, p the probability of a positive jump or forward jump, and since there are r1 number of forward jumps, so it will be p to the power r1, q to the power r2, 1 minus p minus q to the power r3, 1 minus p minus q it is the probability of 0 jumps to the power R3. So now we shall find the probability generating function of the random variable ZR, because the probability generating function we can get the probabilities of different values of Z. So probability generating function of ZR is, so expectation of, we take Z to the power ZR. So ZR into Z to the power ZR. The probability into its random variable. So P into Z to the power plus 1, Z to the power plus 1, because ZR equal to plus 1 if there is a forward jump and its probability is P. So P into Z to the power plus 1. So 1 minus P minus Q, this is the probability of 0 jump. So 1 minus P minus Q into Z to the power 0 plus Q, the probability that the particle will be a backward jump or negative jump, Q into Z to the power minus 1. So on simplification we can get this is Gz equal to 1 minus P minus Q plus Pz plus Q by Z. Hence the probability generating function of Xn is the sum of Z random variables. So sum of the independent random variables and all have identical distribution. So it is Gz to the power n. Probability generating function will be multiplied. So now this will be equal to 1 minus P minus Q plus Pz. So Qz whole to the power n. Now when the jump starts at the initial point of time, when n equal to 0, x0 will be equal to 0, because the jump starts from the origin. The particle starts from the origin, and we define G0 Z, that is equal to 1, because G0 Z is the sum of all the probabilities, that is equal to 1. So now let us consider the generating function GZS. So that is n equal to 0 to infinity s to the power n, Gz to the power n. This is the generating function of Xn. So 1 minus, this will be a geometric series, s into Gz whole to the power n equal to 0 to infinity. So 1 by 1 minus s into Gz, s into Gz mod less than 1. So using the value of Gz we get this. So this is GZS, which contains all the information about the process, in the sense that probability Xn equal to k is the coefficient of Z to the power k s to the power n in the expansion of GZS. So we can get the different probabilities that a particle will remain at the position k during nth jump. So now the mean and variance of this process, mean is we can expectation of that this is P minus Q, and variance P plus Q minus P minus Q whole square. So now we can consider the most important theorem of this random walk, that is Pauli's theorem. So this is a symmetric random walk. Symmetric random walk because the particle is allowed one step forward with probability half and one step backward with probability half. It cannot remain in the same position 0. So in a symmetric random walk of one or two dimensions, there is a positive probability that particle sooner or later return to its initial position with probability 1. But in three-dimensional random walk, there is a positive probability that they never meet. So that means, suppose consider in the graph, consider only x-axis. In the center it is 0. So suppose the particle starts from that 0, it can go to the point 1 with the probability half and minus 1 with probability also half. Similarly, once it reaches 1, it can go to 2 or come back to 0. It can come to 2 with probability half and come back to 0 also with probability half. So similarly, in 2 dimension, consider the x-axis and y-axis. The particle starts from the origin. It can go one step forward, that means positive direction of x-axis, one step backward along the negative direction of x-axis, and one step upward along the positive direction of y-axis, and one step downward along the negative direction of y-axis. In a 3-dimensional, we can consider x, y, z axis. So here we shall consider first the case of 1 dimension. So here the particle is allowed to move one step forward with probability p and one step backward with probability q, such that p plus q equal to 1. And the state space is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 up to infinity, because it is only the x-axis. So the particle returns to its initial position in k steps possible. That means it can, suppose the particle starts from 0 and it goes one step forward with probability p, one step backward with probability q. Starting from 0, it can return to 0 if it will be allowed to move n forward steps and n backward steps. So the total number of steps required to return to its initial position is 2n. So k equal to 2n. So now let us define Pijn. Pijn means probability that starting from the state I, the particle reaches state j after n steps. So Pijn. So since the particle starts from the initial position and we are considering it is returning to the initial position, so Ij becomes 0 and 0, and the total number of transitions or the steps covered by the particle is 2n. So P002n, that is equal to 2n Cn P to the power n into Q to the power n, because the particle is moving n forward steps and n backward steps to return to 0. So 2n Cn, that out of 2n steps, any n steps in forward direction. So I am writing 2n Cn. P, the probability of moving one step forward. So since the particle has moved to n steps in forward direction, so this is p to the power n and q to the power n similarly. And p00 power 2n plus 1, because this is equal to 0, because if the particle will travel odd number of steps, it cannot return to the same initial state 0. So we now use the Stirling's approximation, that is n factorial, that is equivalent to root over of 2 pi into e to the power minus n to the power n plus half. So using this, P002n equal to 2n Cn, that is equal to 2n factorial by n factorial into n factorial. So 2n factorial in place of 2n factorial in the numerator, we are writing root over of 2 pi e to the power minus 2n, 2n to the power 2n plus half, and in the denominator I am writing n factorial. So root over of 2 pi e to the power minus n to the power n plus half, again n factorial, root over of 2 pi e to the power minus n to the power n plus half, p to the power n and q to the power n. Now e to the power 2n, e to the power minus n, e to the power minus n, some terms will cancel out. Now at last we get 2 to the power 2n, n to the power 2n, 2 to the power half into n to the power half, and on simplification here we get 2 to the power 2n by n to the power half, pi to the power half, p to the power n, q to the power n. So this is 2 to the power 2n, 2 to the power 2, 4, 4pq whole to the power n by root over of n pi. So since it is symmetric random walk, p equal to q equal to half, So P002N equal to, using PQ, P equal to half, Q equal to half. So 4PQ, this will be 1. 1 to the power n, this will be 1 by root over of n pi. And the series summation n P002N, that is equal to 1 by pi, and summation 1 by root over of n. This is a divergent series, that is tends to infinity. So 0 is a persistent state. That means starting from the state 0, the return to the state 0 is possible with probability 1. Now we shall extend it to the case of 2 dimensions. So 2 dimension means the minimum number of steps here required to return to its initial position is 2n, because even number of steps, the number of forward, number of backward steps. Now here, since it is moment is in 2 dimension, that means along x-axis and y-axis, so it can return to its initial state, that is 0, if it moves I steps in positive direction of x-axis and I steps in the negative direction of x-axis. J steps in the positive direction of y-axis or J steps in the negative direction of y-axis. So in this case, the particle can return to the initial state 0. Now in this case, P002N, that is equal to summation I plus j equal to n. So 2n factorial divided by I factorial, j factorial, because this is I factorial, this is for positive direction of x-axis, again I factorial, negative direction of x-axis, j factorial, positive direction of y-axis, again j factorial, negative direction of y-axis. So since there are 4 directions, positive direction of x-axis, negative direction of x-axis, positive direction of y-axis, negative direction of y-axis, traveling in any direction is 1 by 4 whole to the power 2n, total number of steps. And since the return to the initial state with odd number of transitions is not possible, so P002N plus 1 equal to 0. So now to solve this, we again multiply both numerator and denominator by n factorial square, and then this 2n factorial square divided by n factorial square into this. So here 2n factorial by n factorial square, this is 2n cn, and this is 1 by 4 to the power 2n, and again it is I equal to 0 to nci and n minus I, ncr, n factorial I factorial, n minus I factorial, again n factorial into I factorial into n minus I factorial. So this is summation I equal to 0, nci, n minus I, this is sum and the product of the binomial coefficients, this is equal to 2ncn. So 2ncn and 2ncn, this is 2ncn whole square, and so this is 2ncn whole square into 1 by 4 to the power 2n. So here we again apply the Stirling's approximation, and we can simplify as in one dimension case, and here we can get this P002N equal to 1 by n pi, and here n tends to infinity. If we take the summation over n P002N, this will be 1 by pi, this is constant, summation over n 1 by n, so this also tends to infinity. So here the state 0 is also a persistent state, that means return to the state 0 is possible with probability 1. That means the particle starting from the state 0 can return back to the state 0 after certain number of steps. So now let us consider the case of 3 dimensions. Now here the particle moves in, consider 3-dimensional axis, plane, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So the total number of steps is the same even. So let I steps in along positive direction of x-axis, j steps in positive direction of y axis and n minus I minus j steps in the along the z axis, positive direction of x axis. So P002n, that will be equal to this, and since there are 6 possible directions, so 1 by 6 to the power tn, and probability P002n plus 1 equal to 0, because at odd number of steps the particle cannot return. So P002n equal to this. Again we multiply n factorial square in the numerator and the denominator. Now let us consider, in order to simplify this, we define Cn, that is equal to maximum of n factorial divided by I factorial j factorial n minus I minus j. So maximum of this we have to find out. Suppose Cn equal to maximum of this, and the minimum value of Cn occurs when I equal to I0, j equal to, suppose, j0. So P002n, that we find 2n Cn, 1 by 3 to the power n, 1 by 2 to the power 2n, to I plus j equal to n. So this is n factorial divided by I factorial j factorial. This we separate out. Now here we have two terms, n factorial by I factorial j factorial, n minus I minus j factorial, and again n factorial by I factorial j factorial, n minus I minus j factorial here. Now this is less than equal to, since Cn is the maximum of this, so this will be less than equal to Cn into this much. So now this is less than equal to this into Cn, since this sum is equal to 1. So multinomial probabilities, so total probability, this is equal to n. So now the minimum value of this occurs at, let I equal to I0, j equal to j0. Now we shall use this. So then we write 4 possible inequalities. Here n factorial, I0 factorial, j0 minus 1, n minus I0 minus j0 plus 1 factorial less than equal to n factorial, I0 factorial, j0 factorial, n minus I0 minus j0. Because I0, j0, it is the minimum value of Cn. So this is in the denominator. So this value, if you change any value of I0 and j0, that will be definitely less than this value. So here I take I0, and in place of j0 I am writing j0 minus 1, and in the second I am writing I0, and in place of j0 I am writing j0 plus 1. Here I am writing I0 minus 1 in place of I0, j0 remaining same in the third, and in the fourth I am writing I0 plus 1 and j0 is same. So these 4 values will be less than this. So now by simplifying all these 4 inequalities, we can get from this n minus I0 minus 1 less than equal to 2j0 less than equal to n minus I0 plus 1. And n minus j0 minus 1 less than equal to 2I0 less than equal to n minus j0 plus 1. So now on simplification, this we get I0 equal to j0, that is approximately equal to n by 3, and n minus I0 minus j0, that is n by 3. N is the total number of steps 2n. So there are 6 possible directions, 3 along the positive direction of x, y and z axis, and 3 along the negative directions. So 2n divided by 3, so that is same n by 3. So each axis it is moving n by 3 steps. So then it will be maximum. So maximum value of Cn, that will be equal to, so I put I0, j0, that is equal to n by 3. So we get n factorial by n by 3 factorial, n by 3 factorial, again n by 3 factorial. So we are using this value. Since this is the maximum value, our P002n will be less than equal to this. I am using the value of Cn because Cn is the maximum value of this. So P002n is less than equal to this, and then I use the Stirling's approximation. So and then I simplify. So I get P002n is less than equal to this 1 by pi by 3 to the power 3 by 2 to 1 by n to the power 3 by 2. N to the power 3 by 2, this power greater than 1. So this is not convergent, which is a convergent series. So P002n, this is convergent, this is not equal to infinity. So a return to the initial state 0 is not possible in 3 dimension. So this is the important case of the 3-dimensional random walk. So as we see that in 1-dimensional, 2-dimension, this series was divergent. So that means 0 was a persistent state. Persistent state means starting from the state 0, the particle can ever return to the state 0. But here, this in 3 dimensions, the state 0 is not persistent, it is a transient state. So return to the state 0 is not possible in 3 dimensions. So thank you.